My Lord, I requested the state to provide the court with the copy of the... Yes, thank you. I had requested the state to provide the court with the copy of the cell phone records.
Okay, fine.
Yes, there is an affidavit which was drafted by Colonel Stein.
We've marked the exhibit O, my lord. This contains the interview.
Okay. Exhibit O.
Exhibit O is the
Okay,
court
fine.
basis.
Right, I have it.
I've also requested that the court interpreter be provided, Mr. Jonas be provided with a copy.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So, Mr. Jonas, you have been provided with a copy.
We'll put it up on the...
On the screen. Okay, fine. Okay. You still under oath here?
The witness is indicating that there's a noise outside, you can't hear it.
Where is the court order? Can you take care of the noise outside? Okay, yes, sir.
Ma'am, you told this court in your evidence in chief that the relationship between the deceased and your sister Kelly Khumalo started during the period 2012-2013. You confirm that?
Yes, that's correct.
During that period, that is the period 2012-2013, how was their relationship? That is the relationship between the deceased and your sister.
Njengawonke ama relationship kunama ups kunama downs kodwa into engiyazi ukuthi babethandana futhi be happy.
As in all relationships, what I know is that there are ups and downs, but what I can say that what I know is that they were in love and they were happy.
During that period, that relationship was still the Romeo and Juliet relationship that you had referred to in the interview.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't hear properly.
During that period, the 2012-2013 period, when they were in a relationship, were they still in a relationship that you referred to as the Romeo and Juliet relationship in the interview that you had with ENCA News?
Relationships sometimes sometimes
As I've already mentioned that in the relationship at times it's good and at times it's bad, but what I do know is that it was good and they were in love.
During the period 2013, the year 2013, is it correct that you were using the cell phone model Nokia N8?
Yes, that's correct.
The cell phone number of that cell phone, you confirmed that it was 074 676 6669.
666. Yes, that's correct.
Do you confirm that the cell phone number of your sister Kelly Khumalo was 0827044358?
704.
I wonder if perhaps isn't there a better way that we can deal with this aspect so that these matters are not out there in the open. My learned friend has got the affidavit. He can just refer to, without prescribing to him, just refer to a relevant paragraph and say, is that your number that appears there?
Okay.
So we don't have a problem if the witness number is out there.
Are they still using the same numbers, maybe? Yes.
I'm afraid, my lord, that I'm being channeled. I'm being channeled. I'm being channeled. So I think it's better that I establish from the witness first the numbers, then I go to the affidavit.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Yes. So before we interrupted, what was your response?
I didn't finish the numbers.
Okay, sorry. You confirmed that the number for your sister was 0827044358.
4358.
I
I can't remember Kelly's number well.
Then there is an affidavit. It is going to be deemed. It is an affidavit that was compiled by Colonel Sustain from the Southern Police Services in the service of the state, attached to the National Cold Case Investigation Unit based in Pretoria Head Office as an analyst and investigation officer. It is going to be deemed for your benefit. But of interest to me for purposes of this cross-examination is on page 6.
Bengicela uphakamisa izwi ngoba ubuqamamana angikuzwa kahle amanye amagama ayashona futhi especially uma ubheka phansi.
All right, I'll do that.
Voice, please, because especially when you look down at some I can't hear some of the things you say.
Okay, but the interpreter is going to tell me that. The interpreter is going to
No, she's got to hear that
Yes. Mina ngizwa.
before the interpreter tells her whatever.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I was saying that I'm in possession of the affidavit by Colonel Stein. It is going to be beamed for your benefit.
But again, now the affidavit for now, okay, no state is which is one.
What is of interest to me for purposes of this cross-examination is on page 6 of the affidavit. For purposes of this cross-examination, I'm going to refer you to SMSs. Maybe I should start here. It says, just at the top of the page, SMSs received by Zandi, Nokia N8, open bracket, RM-596, close bracket, Zandile Khumalo.
Do you have a spare copy to give to the witness?
Yes. I have requested the state, my lord, to provide the extra copies.
Hello?
We had 2 spare copies, but we can't find. We'll provide it to the witness.
No, she must extemporaneously see
Yes.
the quoted SMS. It's better that way.
Yes. Maybe if we can just.
Okay, use the quotes. I don't want
Well,
it.
can I lend the witness mine?
Okay, thanks.
It's at page 6. Page 6.
Yes, on page 6, sent by Kelly Khumalo, 082-270-44358.
Yeah, man. Yes, I see that.
Yes. You see where I am, ma'am?
Ngizama ukubheka.
I'm trying to see, to look.
Where it says SMS received by Zandile Khumalo. That is
Yes.
where I'm
Yeah,
going to
but-
start.
Yes, I see it.
So I'll go through each, or the content of each SMS, and invite you to respond when necessary. It says, or the content says, tell from 278 to 7044358. The text, Senzo's mom is talking to every radio station in Durban, telling how it will be my fault if she dies of heart attack. Question mark. Can you believe it? Question mark. This woman. Question mark. It was sent time 2013 10/11 at 9:43:59 a.m. The status read storage device type incoming folder inbox. Can you please tell this court what was happening when Kelly Khumalo sent you that SMS?
Noma ngasakhumbuli kahle kodwa engikwaziyo ukuthi osisi bayakhuluma omunye makukhona into emhleli kabi uyamtshela omunye.
Although I can't remember well, but what I do know is that sisters do talk. When something is bothering the other, she would tell the other.
Did you respond to this SMS?
Angisakhumbuli kahle.
I can't remember well.
Okay. Let us move on to the next one. The text, I regret everything. I wish I didn't allow Senzo into my life. Look at all the mess it has gotten us into. It's all his lies now affecting all of us.
Ngiyasola ke,
Anginaso isiqiniseko salokho.
I have no certainty of that.
Why did, sorry, let me rephrase the question. What mess was Kelly referring to?
Ekubukeni kwami usenzo wayengenalo iqiniso. Wayenokuya nini unomandisa nini unokheli. Mayifika kukheli ukhuluma okunye, mayifika kumandisa ukhuluma okunye. So I think yona into ayikhuluma ngayo.
According to how I saw it, Senzo wasn't honest At times he would be with Mandisa, times he would be with Kelly. When he's with Kelly, he would say this. When he is with Mandisa, he would say this. I think that is what she was referring to.
I'm not going to go through the whole SMSs, but let us turn to page 10 of the affidavit. I'll read the one in the middle of the page. I'm emotionally drained. I sometimes feel that Senzo brought a dark cloud in my life, and I can almost hate myself for not succeeding in getting rid of him via SMSs, and the SMS would not go. I feel like God is deliberately sabotaging me by keeping this man in my life. What was happening there when that SMS was sent?
Njengoba sengishilo ukuthi angazi ukuthi ezinye izinto angizazi ukuthi zazenzeka nini kanjani, but engikwazi ukuthi kwakuyi back and forth phakathi kwabo bobathathu, and uKelly wayemthanda okwangempela uSenzo, noSenzo futhi wayemthanda uKelly ngokubona kwami.
As I've already said that I don't know as to when and how certain things were happening, but it was a back and forth between the three of them, and Kelly loved Senzo and Senzo loved Kelly according to how or what I saw.
Futhi kwakungamphathi kahle uKelly ukuthi uSenzo akakwazi ukukhetha noma akanalo iqinisela naye.
And it wasn't sitting well with Kelly that Senzo wasn't in a position to choose, or that he didn't have enough honesty.
From the reading of the content of this SMS, clearly suggests that she did not love him anymore.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
I withdraw that. I withdraw that.
As a court, please, my lord, we don't want to prescribe to my learned friend how to conduct his cross-examination, but if the dates can also be put on record so that these SMSs are contextualized.
Okay. Yeah, but he's putting at least the pages on record, and he says, this one, for instance, it's in the middle of the page.
Yes.
Okay.
But no, this
Yeah, I hear you.
This is on the 31st of December 2030.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fine.
All
Okay.
right. Yes, it was.
The date.
Oh, yes. It was sent on the 31st of December 2013 at 11:24:31 a.m.
Right.
It would suggest from the content that the relationship was sour.
Njengoba sengichazile, bekunamalanga amnandi, kunamalanga ambi njengayo yonke relationship ekhona emhlabeni.
As I've already mentioned, that there were good days and bad days, like in any other relationship in the world.
Let us now turn to page 11, the last SMS. It was sent on 2013-12-31, that is December 2031 at 11:41 minutes 16 seconds a.m. It reads as follows: all I can do is hope and pray that each day I'm getting closer to my day of being free from him.
Lana ke kulena SMS yange 31 zika December 2013 11:41 isikhathi nama seconds awu 16. Uthi ke phela nje engakwenza ukuthemba nokuthandaza ukuthi ilanga ngelanga ngiyasondela ke ekuthini ngikhululeke kuyena.
What did you understand by this?
Wena ke
Of this SMS.
Ngokwazi kwami udadewethu mayithanda umuntu umthanda loudly futhi ngakho konke anakho.
According to my knowledge, what I know is that when my sister loves someone, loves that person, she would love loudly and with everything she has.
Futhi ke ngendlela uSenzo bengenalo iqiniso ngakhona ubeza ngitshele namathi yazi inhliziyo yami ibhlungu kodwa sengifile ngathi manje sengigadede ngiyeke.
And the manner in which Senzo was so dishonest, she would tell me, or she would go as far as telling me that my heart is now so broken, but I just feel that I can just let go.
But at the same time, ngiyamthanda.
But at the same time, I love him.
What did you understand by this last part of the SMS, which reads, being free from him?
Ukudedela uthando analo for yena.
to release or to let go of the love she had for him.
Will be to end the relationship in a sense.
Lokho angeke ngikwazi ukuchaza.
That I wouldn't be able to explain.
May the court bear with me, my lord. I'm just going to a certain portion now. Let us now go to page 84 of the affidavit, Exhibit O. You confirm that Longwe Twala's number was 060-804-0436.
Oh, okay. Is it the 060?
Yes.
Okay.
Nalapha nginaso isiqiniseko ngoba sekuyisikhathi inamba ziyaphuma emqondweni sibili inamba uyikremanga ngalo ndlela.
Also there, I don't have any certainty you get to lose the numbers from your memory, especially if the number is not specifically stored.
Uma futhi mawungasazwani nalowo muntu ungasajoli.
And also if you are no longer in good terms with that person and you are no longer in a love relationship.
May the court bear with me. Colonel Stein also downloaded the SMSs between your number, the number that you confirmed, and the number which belonged to Longwe Twana. That is the 060-804-0436 number. My lord, there's a separate affidavit of Colonel Stein where he does the downloads of the SMSs between the witness and Longwe Twala. I'll ask with the leave of the court that the first affidavit of Colonel Stein be Exhibit 01.
Yes. Yeah.
There is another affidavit, my lord, as I alluded to.
Okay.
May I request that with the leave of the court that affidavit be handed in and be marked Exhibit 02 of the record.
Okay. Yes.
May it be deemed for... Okay. Let us turn to page 3 of the affidavit. That is Exhibit 02 of the record.
But can we just get an indication of the dates of the... We've marked 01, the SMSs between the witness and Longwe. It's an affidavit. By Stein, dated 18 July 2023. Can we just get an indication of 02, which affidavit is being referred to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you, my lord. I'm referring to the same affidavit that was provided to us by the state. The one with SMSs between Longwe Twana and the witness. My colleague, the other one is thicker than the other, so it will be easy for you to understand where I am. It looks like there's a confusion.
Yeah, but you're referring to which page on the
second one.
02.
02.
Which page?
Yes, I'm referring to page 3 of the affidavit.
Page 3.
Yes, page 3.
Okay.
Yes. The affidavit reads as follows. The investigation officer requested the following. Bullet point 4, SMSs between Zandile Khumalo and Longwe Twala as per cell phone downloads. Yes, but before I go to the affidavit, Exhibit 02, just a few questions to you, right? Can you tell this court, before you met Longwe in the afternoon of the 26th of October 2014. When last had you met him?
Ngangimgcine ngayizolo
The previous day.
Where had you met him?
endlini kwakhe eMalberton.
At Kelly's house in Malberton.
On this day, that is a Sunday, the 26th of October 2014, did you communicate with him, that is Longwe Thwala?
Yebo kunjalo ngakhuluma naye kodwa kwesinye isikhathi ngoba bengiyibhizi ngisebenza ngalolu langa benginokungabambi ifoni ngoba mhlawumbe ngisestage noma angizwa.
Yes, I communicated with him on that day, but at times because I was busy, I would not answer the phone because I was working, I would maybe be on stage or didn't hear the phone.
How did you communicate with him? Was it over the phone or through SMSs that you send to him, vice versa, him sending SMSs to you?
Kokubili, sometimes uyafona, sometimes uya SMS, nami sometimes ngiyafona, sometimes ngiya SMS, so angazi ukuthi urefera kuyona yiphi.
Both. At times he would call or at times he would SMS. At times I would also call and I would also SMS. So I don't know which are you specifically referring to.
I'm referring to Sunday, the 26th of October 2014. I'm specific now on that day, before he arrived.
Kokubili.
Both.
You also told the court in your evidence in chief that he arrived in the afternoon of the 26th of October 2014. It could have been between 1800 hours and 1800 hours 30. You confirm that?
Nakhona ngishilo futhi earlier on ukuthi anginaso isiqiniseko sesikhathi but ngase ngangi-estimator ngenxa yokuthi mhlawumbe ngabuka ilanga nangesikhathi ngaphuma ngaso ngiyomlanda ngaphandle.
Also there I did say that it was just an estimate on my part because I looked at the sun and I also looked at the time at which I went out to go and fetch him outside.
Was the sun already set or it was about to?
Ngasizoshona ngoba kwakusakhanya sasabonana ngaphandle kwama-street lights ukuthi abe on.
It was about to because we were able to see each other without the street lights being on.
So with the assistance of the sun, you were able to estimate that it could have been between 1800 hours and 1800 hours 30. Do you confirm that?
Yebo njani.
Yes, that's correct.
Was it an arrangement that he was going to come at your place or it was a coincidence for him to be there? Did you make arrangements? Did you invite him over? Did he tell you that he was going to come? What was the position?
Ekuseni sasingahlelile yebo kodwa sathi mase silapha sesikhuluma mina naye ngamtshela ukuthi ngisekhaya kunokheli kunabangani basenzo noma sizodla lunch ungeza nawe so into sasikhuluma ngama-SMS leyo so kusho ukuthi sahlele.
In the morning, it wasn't arranged or it wasn't planned, but as I was now there and we were communicating, so I told him that we are at home. It's myself, it's Kelly, Senzo's friend, my mother. We are about to have a lunch, so he can also come. So it's something that we then arranged at that time.
Can you also tell the court, just remind me, at what time did the two intruders arrive?
Ngathi mase kuyoshayo 8 angazi noma ngale ka8 noma ngo8 kodwa kwakungalapho.
Around 8. I don't know whether it's before 8 or after 8, but around there.
Did you not say that it was, or it could have been between 1900 hours 30 to 2000 hours when the two intruders arrived? Did you not say that in your evidence in chief?
No.
Nestatement sami siyasho ukuthi sikhomba u20.
Even my statement indicates,
2000.
says or indicates that 2000.
When Longe, sorry, was it the first time for him to visit you at your home? That is Longwe Thwala?
Ngake ngamntshontsha ngamletha ekhaya uma engekho.
I once, when I use the term that the witness used a lot, I once stole him and brought him home when my mother wasn't there.
When he arrived on that day, was he alone?
That is
On the
day.
26th.
Okay. Oh.
Yebo wayedwa.
Yes, he was alone.
So, if one had to safely estimate let us say he arrives at about 1800 hours in the afternoon of the 26th of October 2014, and the robbers or the intruders arrive around, say, 2000 hours. So it means he had spent 2 hours at your place before the intruders arrived.
Njengoba sengishilo ukuthi isiqiniseko sesikhathi anginaso ngempela.
As I've already said that I don't have a certainty with regards to the time.
But my calculations, ma'am, is going along your estimation. It's not something from me. It's something that you told the court. So I'm basing my estimation on what you told the court.
Uyasho nawe ukuthi ukubala wena mina ngibalanga.
As you say that you are the one who's doing the calculations, I didn't calculate.
You can also calculate.
Engichazile ngathi ngiyayizonda imaths.
I've already mentioned that I hate maths.
So I'm telling you that you must have spent about 2 hours, more or less 2 hours before the intruders arrive. I'm putting it to you. I've calculated for you.
Nalapho kusho wena kusho mina.
That's what you say, I'm not saying.
Time is telling us. The calculation of time. But then,
I think this issue has been exhausted. The witnesses said repeatedly it's just an estimate. If perhaps counsel can
Counsel.
leave it at
2 hours, 2.5 hours, according to your assumption. It's okay. She says she didn't calculate the time. You are suggesting that the intruders could have come between 2 hours to 2:30 hours.
no, the time spent by long women before the intruders
The
arrive.
intruders came when?
Between, he says, before 2000 hours or after that.
Yeah, she estimates that.
Yes. So I'm saying my calculation is based on 1800 hours when Longe arrived and the time when the intruders arrived. It could have been more or less 2 hours that Longe,
Fine.
the time that Longe spent.
Fine.
So it's fine, let us not labor on this. Ma'am, let us now go to page 46 of Exhibit 02. That is on the last column. At the bottom. This is an SMS that you received from the number that belongs to Long, the number that I've referred to your number. It was on the 26th of October 2014 at 400 hours, 57 minutes, 36 seconds PM. The SMS reads as follows: I'm outside. Maybe then to simplify for you, the crux of my question to you is, according to this SMS, as you earlier told this court that you will interact via phones or SMSs, the SMS that you received on your number from that of Longwe, it was on the 26th of October 2014 at 400 hours, 57 minutes, 36 seconds, telling you that he was outside.
No, that's not right.
Yes.
Which? I think you have the same point.
Yes, as a court, please, Malot, we now move into a very technical field. It's only Colonel Stein who can explain the times. Without testifying from the bar, there's a way they determine the time they ate at 2 hours to the time that's shown here. So,
Sorry, I'm sorry to disturb you.
Yeah.
Your train of thought. Sir, are you referring to page 46?
Page 46, my lord.
Exhibit 02.
02, yes.
And you're referring to the time as what?
it's 4:57.
4:57.
Yes, 36 seconds. 4:57 and 36 seconds.
I think, my lord, the court was addressing me. Now we are both
Yeah,
of us
fine, okay.
understand.
But what is the date according to this affidavit?
It's the 26. Unfortunately, the 6 is not visible there, but it's the 26.
Sorry, I don't just say counsel must show with his pen, show you which time is referring to, because
Yes,
I don't seem to find that.
it's the last block here, my lord. It's
Page
Page 46, this very last block.
Yeah, let's see cancel that.
My lord, if one looks, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
If one looks on page 44 of the same exhibit,
No. Page 46 or page 44?
no, the objection that I'm raising,
Yeah.
I'm just taking the court to page 44.
The page 44, right?
Yes. There's an asterisk there. It says download summary,
That's it, yeah.
and it says remember plus 2 hours. So in other words, they're saying you must add 2 hours to the time that is being shown here. Hence I'm saying, my lord, we're moving into a very technical field, and it's only Colonel Stein who can come and explain this one.
So Colonel Stein actually
Yes, we should not bind.
gives you the key
This- yes,
as
we
to what you should do.
Indeed, my lord. we
Are you
should
saying
bind.
then, wait, are you saying then on the markings by council here,
Yes, one should actually add 2 hours.
add 2 hours?
Yes.
Meaning that the 6 hours and 4 minutes and 57.36
No.
seconds.
No, the 457,
Yeah,
if one adds 2 hours,
right?
will then be 657.
60. Are we agreed on that concept? If we add 2 hours?
As I'm saying, my lord,
Yeah, no, fine.
we should bind this witness to this
Yeah,
time.
fine. I hear you. Yeah. What's your thought? Because he says, Colonel Stein says, from this estimated times you must add 2 hours.
At
Do you
2
agree with
hours. I don't understand by the adding of 2 hours.
Just explain to your colleagues.
My lord, there's a technical way in which the SMSs, the SMSs and the terms reflected are interpreted, and he'll come and testify, my lord, that you, as is mentioned on page 44, that
Yeah.
you actually have to add 2 hours.
Okay, fine. You can continue, sir. Are you going to call Colonel Stein?
Indeed, my lord.
Yeah, fine. It's going to be called.
We did say so in our opening.
That's it. Okay, fine.
But my lord, should I repeat the question?
Yeah, you can repeat it.
So, just to sum up, ma'am, the entry there says on the 26, let me just read it verbatim. 2014/10/26, 04:57:36 p.m. You receive an SMS from Longwe Twala telling you that he was outside. You understand?
Maybe SMS yafika wathi ngaphandle.
Yes, I received the SMS where he said that he was outside.
But what I want you to be clued up about is that it says that when you received that SMS, it was at 4 hours, 57 minutes, 36 seconds p.m.
My lord, we just raised the objection. Are we really going to again belabor this point?
Okay, let the witness comment on that. Fine. Colonel Stein, as the expert, will perhaps have the final say.
Uthi ke akona ke akhomba kona ke ummeli ukuthi isikhathi ke wayithola ngaso le SMS ukuthi ke kwaku 3 minutes phambi ko 5:36 seconds emini.
Nakhona
Yeah.
into
Yes, sorry.
engayisho ukuthi yebe SMS yafika, into engekho sure ngayo ukuthi isikhathi sasithini.
What I can confirm is that yes, I received the SMS, but what I cannot be certain about is what the time was.
Yikho ngenza umzekelo ukuthi ilanga lona laseliyoshona kodwa la ingakashoni sasabonana.
Hence, I made the example that the sun was about to set, but it hadn't set yet, and we're still able to see each other.
Okay.
I put it to you that the time that he arrived is the time that he sent you an SMS is the time that is reflected there.
That's what this my lord, we object to that. And we said ad nauseam. This is the issue that only Colonel Stein can resolve. The witness doesn't have to respond to them.
Yeah, the witness has already explained, counsel, that they could see each other, but she knows that it was towards sunset.
Yes.
But what are you getting at with this? Because I thought there's no dispute about the fact that Longwe
Yes.
did in fact arrive there. She says she invited him for supper or lunch, whatever.
Yes,
And he came there.
yes, I'll leave it for argument later.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So you are trying to establish what?
The time that he had spent before the robbers arrived.
Yeah, put it to her, and then
Yes.
Stain can come and tell us
Yes,
the exact time
yes.
according to his expertise.
Yes, yes. Taking into account what Stan is saying in this affidavit, I put it to you that Long had spent about 3 hours before the two intruders arrived. I'm basing that on the fact that you yourself told this court that the intruders arrived before or after 2800 hours in the evening of the 26th of October 2014.
Advocate Nxumalo, we object that submission will be misleading to the witness, and we are of the view that it's an unfair question.
Okay. Through the courts then, although I don't have to interject at this stage. What time did Longa spend with your family on the 26th of October before the intruders arrived or got into the house?
Njengoba sengishilo ukuthi isikhathi sikalonga sokufika angisibhekanga kodwa engikwazi ukuthi ama-intruders afika makuya ko-8 kuya ko-past 8.
As I've already said that the time of Longwe's arrival I didn't take note of, but what I do know is that the intruders arrived around 8 to past 8.
Okay, yes, counsel.
Yes. Can you describe Longwe for us? I don't know him. How was his height? Can you describe Mr. Twala, Longwe Twala, with regards to his height?
Engakusho ukuthi ngomude kunami mhlampe ngahle ukuthi average height.
What I can say is that he's taller than me. I can say he's got an average height.
What is your height?
Eyakho ithini?
Angaze ngiyimede.
I've never measured myself.
How was his body build?
Defined.
Sorry?
Defined kusho ukuthi akanalo ifuthe emzimbeni.
It means that he doesn't have a fat on his body.
Unamamasilana nje.
He's got some little muscle.
So we say he's medium build.
Singathi nje uphakathi nendawo.
Kanjalo.
Something like that.
What is his complexion?
Brown.
Brown.
In other words, akamnyama akamhlophe futhi.
In other words, he's neither dark nor light.
Did he wear hats?
Yeah.
Did he wear hats?
Thanda amakepisi.
He liked caps.
Nothing else but amakepisi isikhathi esiningi bese kubhekisa ngemuva.
Nothing else but caps most of the time, and his cap would be turned backwards, or facing backwards.
Did he wear a hairstyle?
Cha unempandla.
No, he's got a bald head.
Shave head?
Unempandla yikho egunda nasi la emaceleni kusabe sekuba impandla yonke.
He would cut on the sides, but his head is just got a bald head.
Remember what he was wearing on that day, the 26th of October 2014?
Cha angisakhumbuli ngoba kwakungabalulekile.
No, I can't remember because it wasn't important.
At the time that you had known him, did he at some point had dreadlocks?
Cha.
No.
Can you describe his face?
Unama facial hairs.
He's got facial hairs.
Sometimes unokuwagunda depending ukuthi uzizwa kanjani ngaleso sikhathi.
Sometimes he would shave them depending on how he would feel at that time.
Unama dimples.
He's got dimples.
Unamashiya nje futhi agcwele.
And he's got full eyebrows.
And then nama eyelashes athanda ukuba maningi futhi made.
And he's also got eyelashes that tend to be a lot or more, and they are long.
How about his eyes?
Unamehlo adonsekile kancane akathi awe-China kodwa ayikakhulu.
His eyes are a little bit pulled. They would look like a China's eyes, but not much.
Did he have a beard?
Njengoba sengichazile ukuthi unama-facial hairs kodwa unokuwagunda depending ukuthi uzizwa kanjani.
As I've already mentioned that he had the facial hairs, and he would shave them depending on how he feels or he would feel at the time.
But before he could shave them, would they go to his chin and the upper lip? Will they go around?
Cha.
No.
Engiyaziyo nje ukuthi bethanda ukushiya le ngaphansi.
All I know is that he would only leave the part on his chin.
Is it correct that, or before that, we'll now move to another aspect of my cross-examination. Is it correct that you made 3 statements, sworn statements, to the police about this incident?
Angisakhumbula ukuthi zingakhi itatimende kodwa engikhumbulayo ziwu-2.
I can't remember as to how many statements I made, but those that I can remember are 2.
The State Council had provided us with 3 sworn statements by yourself. The first one is dated the 27th of October 2014 at 1400 hours. The second one is dated the 6th of November 2014 at 1300 hours. And the third and last one is dated 2018-02-10 at 2000 hours 18 minutes.
So
That's
2018 02
10 at 2000 hours 18 minutes.
Ngenzeka ukuthi kunjalo kodwa engikhumbulayo mina ziwu-2.
That's possible, but I can only remember 2.
The ones that you remember, when were they made?
Lazy
Remember when
isn't-
were they made?
Oh, sorry.
Councillor, let's have progress. She's telling you that she remembers 2.
Yes.
She doesn't deny that she could have made a 3rd one.
Yes,
And you've already finished her with the dates.
yes. No, thank you. Thank
What
you.
are we getting to with it?
Thank you. I'll go through the first statement. The one which was made on the 27th of October 2014 at 1400 hours. It would have been the following day of the incident.
Uma seqeda ke umuntu owawubhizi naye ke ngestatement lesi ngaba wakufundela yini lokho akubhalile phansi.
Angisakhumbuli kahle.
I can't remember well.
Why you had to sign the bottom of each page? Do you know?
Anginasisiqiniseko.
I don't have any certainty.
Was it not explained to you?
Into engayikholwa nje ukuthi mhlawumbe i-tradition
What I just believe in, or what I just believe that maybe it's tradition.
njengasemabhenki mayo mhlawumbe uyofuna ikhadi nento ethile bese kuthiwa nanti iphepha sayina la noma inishiyala la.
Just as it happens when you go to the bank or banks, that you would, whether you want a card or whatever it is that you go for, you will be told here's a document, initial or signed here.
Ma'am, the significance of your signing is to the fact that you understand the contents of the statement. We have no objection in taking the prescribed oath, and the prescribed oath is binding in your conscience.
Ngiyakuzwa.
I hear you.
Yes. But the defense is going to request that the witness, that is Detective Sergeant Sibonelo Mkhize, be called. Since you are saying that you cannot remember if it was read back to you.
Kungakuhle lokho ngakujabule.
I would be happy, that would be good.
My God, I intend to go to the next statement because I intend to use them interchangeably.
Okay.
The next statement is the one that you made on the 6th of November 2014 at 1300 hours. It is A59.
My Lord, it will be Exhibit P2.
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 Yeah.
Exhibit P2 was obtained on the 6th of November 2014 at 1300 hours. It was obtained by Detective Sergeant Boy Steve Tagule at 231 Francis Bart Street in Pretoria. Ma'am, I see that the said statement, Exhibit P2, is documented in English. In which language were you using?
Njengoba senichazile phambilini ukuthi ngiyahlanganisa ngikhuluma.
As I've already explained that I mix when I speak.
On completion of the statement, was it read back to you?
Njengoba busubuzile phambilini ukuthi zingaki i-statement engiyikhumbulayo. Ngitshela ngathi ngikhumbule imbili zakhona. Esisodwa kuyilesi sokuqala sange 27, esesibili ilesi sangoFebruary 2018. Lesi angisasikhumbuli kahle.
Okay. So February 2018. As you've already asked me previously, and I told you that I can only remember 2 statements. The first one being the one of the 27th of October 2014, and the second one being that of February 2018. This one I cannot recall.
Is the signature that is appearing at the bottom of each page of Exhibit P2 your signature?
I am signature.
Yes, the signature is indeed mine.
So you can now remember that indeed there was a statement that you made on the 6th of November 2014.
Bengichazile ngathi angisakhumbuli.
I did say that I cannot recall.
So kusho ukuthi lokho mhlambe yebo kwakukhona senzeka istatement kodwa angisakhumbuli.
It means yes, that it happened, but I cannot recall.
Lastly, we will go then to the one you said you made in the year 2018, sorry. It was made on the year 2018, 0210 at 2000 hours, 18 minutes.
To the Exhibit P3.
Okay. It was obtained by Lieutenant Colonel M.J. Sitole at First Loras. In which language was this statement, that is Exhibit P3, obtained?
Kuyafana nakhona i-English nesiZulu. Mangibuza umbuzo ngikhuluma isiNgisi, ngikhuluma isiZulu whenever I see fit.
It's the same, it's English and isiZulu. When a question is being asked, I would speak English, I would speak isiZulu whenever I see fit.
Was it read back to you?
I think ngiyakhumbula kancane yebo.
I think I remember a bit, yes.
Is the signature that is appearing at the bottom of each page of Exhibit P3 your signature?
I am signature.
Yes, it is my signature.
I will now move on for the exercise of asking you some questions. I'll start with Exhibit P1. I'll commence my questioning on paragraph 2 of Exhibit P1. It reads as follows, and I quote, on 2014-10-26 at about ±1600 hours 30, I, open bracket Zandile, close bracket, Mtoko, Kelly, and Senzo, left Soweto to Mtoko's place at Sprite to change his clothes. Close quotation. You remember, ma'am, that when the legal representative for accused number 1 and 2 asked you a question, whether you know why you had to go to Mtoko's place, you said you don't know what was the reason. You saw him coming back and he had changed his clothes. Do you recall that?
Yebo ngiyakhumbula lo.
Yes, I remember that.
Is what you responded when you were asked by the legal representative for accused number 1, in line with what is contained in this paragraph.
According to mina iyahambisana because okokuqala mesifika lapha bengazi ukuthi siyaphi, angaze ngiye kwaMthoko kodwa ngambone sebuye seshintshile, so nga-assume ukuthi kusho ukuthi ubeyoshintsha, so noma sengibhala istatement sami ngizosho ukuthi ubeyoshintsha ngoba ngimbonile sebuye seshintshile.
According to me, yes, it is in line because when we went there, I didn't know as to what was the reason, but I've never been to Mtoko's house. But when I saw him coming back, I saw that he had changed his clothes. So even if I was then writing my statement, I would then say that he had gone to change his clothes, because when he came back, I saw him having changed his clothes.
Let us move on to paragraph 6 of Exhibit P1. It reads as follows, and I quote, while we were watching soccer, Senzo and Kelly walked to Spaza shop to buy mad lemon and soup. After 2 minutes, they came back. Close quotation. You understand that?
I follow you.
My understanding, ma'am, was that when Kelly and Senzo, the deceased, left to the tuck shop was at the time when you had also went out to meet Long Etwala.
Yes, that's correct.
What is contained in that paragraph? That is paragraph 6. Is it in line with your evidence in chief?
Yes. According to me, it is in line.
I tend to disagree, but I'll leave that for argument. I will go to paragraph 7. It reads as follows, and I quote, as we were watching soccer, Dumelo went out, smoke outside the house, and he was joined by Ntogo, Senzo, and Kelly. They stood outside and chatted. Close quotation.
Into engifuna ukuyichaza la ukuthi umuntu uma umxoxela into umtshela ukuthi kwenzakaleni kanjani, sometimes unokuyi-summarize into angasho ama-details, but ngoba nanti ithuba nginalo la ecourt yikho bengena kuma-details.
I just want to say this, that when you convey something, to somebody, the person would or a person then summarizes and not go into detail. But now, because I have the opportunity, I'm here in court, I then went into detail.
I put it to you, ma'am, that your evidence in chief is not in stark contrast with what is contained in that paragraph 7.
Okushilo
You
mna
want me
okanye
to remind you?
Hayi angivumi.
I disagree.
In what respect?
Into engiyibonile iyona le ngizele ukuzoyikhuluma la enkantolo futhi engikushilo enkantolo kuyahambelana nalokho okubhalwe la.
What I saw is that which I came to convey here in court, and what I said is in line with that which is written here.
Noma ama details amanye engekho kangakanani engekho clear, but yikho bengiyila ecourt ukuthi ngizochazisa.
Although the details is not much clear, but that is why I am here in court to explain.
Let us go to paragraph 15 of Exhibit P1. It reads as follows, and I quote, Senzo was fighting through the gun with the suspect, and I took one of Nxumalos crushes, and I hit the second suspect. Close quotation. Before you respond, ma'am, I would read that paragraph in conjunction with paragraph 11 of Exhibit P2. Paragraph 11 of Exhibit P2 reads as follows. I was standing next to Nxumalo at that moment, and I grabbed his walking stick and hit the suspect on the head. Close quotation. You remember, ma'am, that you told this court in your evidence in chief that you could not hit one of the intruders because you are short and there were persons who were in between you and the intruder.
Yebo ngikushilo lokho futhi mangigcizelela lapho igama elilodwa la elishodayo utry.
Yes, I said that.
Eshayile yebo kodwa angangafinyelela.
I said that yes, but there is, if I were to emphasize here, there's one word that is missing. It is the word try. Yes, I hit, but I couldn't reach.
And vele I was aiming for the head.
And indeed, I was aiming for a head.
But it is not saying that on paragraph 11. Specific, you hit that person on the head. I'll leave that for argument later. Let us go to paragraph 16 of Exhibit P1. It reads as follows. During that moment, the first gun shot went out and hit the kitchen door, and the other shot went out and hit the floor. I then ran to the bathroom, and Nxumalo went to my mother's bedroom. Close quotation. You remember, ma'am, that you told this court that there is one shot which was fired in your presence, the one that hit the floor, and 2 shots were fired whilst you were hiding in the bathroom. You confirm that?
I remember that.
But that is not what paragraph 16 of Exhibit P1 is saying. One shot in your presence is fired through the door. Sorry, not through the door, to the direction of the door.
I think masengenza lesi statement ingoba mhlambe ngase ngihlanganisa ne-observation missing bull.
I think when I made this statement was then I was now including together with the observation on my way back or when I was coming back. Or when we were coming back from hospital.
No, that is not correct.
Counsel, just tell me, are you disputing that a gun was fired? Because look, this case, if I understand the cross-examination, there's no dispute so far which has been put to this witness that this incident never happened.
Yes.
Meaning the entrance of the 2 so-called intruders, and that there were shots fired, and that there was a fight. That 1 shot was fired in the kitchen and 2 were fired in the bedroom. How does it materially affect the essence of this witness's?
There's further evidence, my lord.
But how does it materially affect it?
In the totality of the evidence that is going to be presented.
No, we are not yet there. She says she was mixing Zulu and English. Have you heard of a case called State versus Mafaladiso?
I've heard.
You've heard of that case?
Yes, yes.
Please have that in mind when you're cross-examining this witness, because as I'm listening to the evidence as it unfolds, it appears there's no dispute about the fact that there were two intruders. Maybe
Yes.
there could be a dispute about the identity of the intruders, but that there were two intruders who got in and shot, or shots was fired, and there was fighting. I mean, it's common cause. Is that not so?
It is so, but the difficulty, my lord, that I'm having, I do understand
What's
the
the
court's concern.
difficulty?
It says that 2 shots are fired. It's not in dispute that shots were fired. But where I'm having a challenge, 2 shots, according to the statement, are fired in her presence. Vis-a-vis his evidence in chief, her evidence in chief, that 1 is fired in her presence, 2 are fired in the bathroom. So there is, the credibility issue there.
I see. And she also said she thought there were 3 shots, and I'm listening carefully, and she said 2 of the latter 2 shots were not as loud as the first one. And we're going to argue about that now. Let's argue about that also. Because she says the first shot was loud, and the 2 subsequent shots when she was crouching in the bathroom were not that loud.
In fact, it's a way around, it's another way around.
Oh, that's the
2
way
were loud, the other one was not louder than the 2 first ones.
So which was the loudest, according to her?
The two first shots.
The 2 first shots?
Yes.
Let me ask you, counsel here, you
She says the first shot in the kitchen was louder, and the subsequent was also louder, but the third one was the one that was
Okay,
not
fine,
loud.
fine.
It's fine.
But what I'm trying to get at, why would we treat her about the loudness of the shots? We should also interrogate that. Why does she say the first one was loud and the second one was loudest or milder? That's what I'm getting at.
I'm failing to not understand to answer that one, but we can, I can canvass it from the witness.
Okay, fine. Yes, continue then.
There was an issue, my lord, of time that was raised, 2:30, I see it's
Yes, sir.
1400 hours 30.
No, fine, we'll agenda 2:30 then. But you know what, maybe I should get this from all councils. Has it been disputed that there was an interaction by 2 unknown persons whilst the witness and the family, Senzo, the deceased, Tumelo, Longwe, and Khumalo were having a meal? Thereafter, as they were watching soccer, and Kelly was just about to tell a joke, and then 2 persons burst into. Is there a dispute about that? It's different if you say there's a dispute that no 2 intruders got into the house. Then of course you go to delineate the circumstances of how the fight was. I mean, that maybe even the deceased was not shot in the house. Yet nobody is saying that in the cross-examination, as I'm following the cross-examination.
Unfortunately, I'm not finished.
No, I'm talking about the defense itself.
Excluding number 5, my lord.
Hello?
Excluding number 5.
No, you have not stood up yet.
Thank you, my lord.
But first, second, and unless you are going to say that.
I'm not done with my cross-examination.
Okay, but
Yes.
the first 2 counsels, Mr. Nisi and Rampesele, they never said there were no 2 persons who entered the room. There were no shots fired. Well, there's a difference. There could have been 2 shots or 3 shots, and one was loud and one wasn't loud. And this witness can't describe what a firearm looks like because he doesn't know. And you read the statement of Longwe who says it was a 38. What is this case about, actually? That's what I'm getting at. Yes, Mr. Nisi, you want to venture?
I'm not so sure what is this case is all about, on whose side? Because there are
No,
two
every side.
sides. There's a
I'm just
state and
listening
there's a defense.
to the crux of the evidence as to how Mr. Senzo
Yes.
is allegedly shot.
But basically, we are here to demonstrate this
Yeah.
concern
Yes,
for the defense.
yes.
That the gentlemen that you're representing here were not involved in whatever allegations that are
No
raised
problem.
against them by the state.
No problem
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
Because you have given your defense version that your client was not there. Is that not so? Yourself.
Yes, madam.
That's it.
Yes.
And even your colleague there gave a version that his client was not there. Is that not so, sir?
Indeed, so, my lord.
Right. Now, here's this witness. He describes that people came in and they did X, Y, Z. I'm saying I haven't heard anyone saying there were no intruders in the house. That shots were fired in the house, or a shot was fired in the house. Because if you're a defense counsel, I would expect you to say, I put it to you that there were no intruders who went into the house, and there were no shots fired inside the house. I haven't heard that. Mr. Baloyi, am I maybe?
Still coming with
Oh,
the
it's still
case number
coming.
5,
Okay,
Lord.
okay, fine.
Can we just pause here
Yeah, okay, okay.
until I start my case?
It's still coming with
Yes, it's
fine,
still coming
fine.
with
I'm just saying the counsels have listened to so far,
1 to 4.
up to now. Maybe after, when he comes back, the counsel for the fourth,
Yes,
you will put
yes,
something.
I'm definitely not done. Thank
I
you.
do?
I'm not done, my lord. I'm not done with my cross-examination.
Okay, fine,
Yes,
fine.
yes, thank you.
But you said that it's an
That's
absence.
basically, my lord, that it's an issue of identification.
Yes, no problem.
That's our difference.
No problem.
Identification only.
I'm not talking about identity. I'm talking about the fact that 2 intruders got into the house. Are you disputing that?
I wasn't privy to that. I don't know.
No. You've got a statement from
Yes.
the client to say I wasn't
Yes.
there.
Yes.
So it means you're disputing that, or what? Are we on the same level?
We are on the same level. We are on the same level.
So you're saying there were not 2 people who got into the house, right? Is that what your instructions are? See? Are those your instructions? How should be here the whole year? Are your instructions that no 2 people intruded into the sanctity of the house of the Khumalos?
If my lord listen to our case, they say
Yeah.
they were not there. So
No,
the
the clients were not there. That
yes,
I've heard.
yes.
The question is, are you further saying no 2 people entered the house of the Khumalos? That's all.
That's the bottom line. If I say identification and then we are not there, obviously they are saying presupposition is that there were not 2 intruders, my lord.
But why didn't you put it there? You cross-examined the whole day the
Yes,
other day.
yes.
You never put it to this witness that no 2 people entered the house of the Khumalos. You never had any dinner or lunch. Ma Khumalo never cooked soup for Lolongwe. I'm listening,
Yes.
and I'm saying, so the evidence so far, which has been put to this witness, it's about identification, no problem about it.
Yes, but that was the version according to
Yeah,
Special
fine.
Spirit. That was the
And
version
your
according
client's
to our
version
state.
is he was arrested in
Yes,
Rustenburg,
Yes.
taken to Carltonville.
yes.
In other words, he wasn't there
He wasn't there.
on the 26th of
Yes,
October,
yes.
2014.
Yes.
So he can't tell this court whether the 2 people intruded or not.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's difficult.
That's
for
the
me.
same with you, Mr.
Yes.
Nisi.
That's so, my lord. Whether there were 3 or 5 or 100, we don't know.
That's it, yeah. That's why now when we come to delineation of whether there were 2 shots, 3 shots, one was louder than the next one, how does it assist this court in coming to solving this conundrum? Are you with me?
Yes, we
And I'm
are.
not stopping you from cross-examining. You see, if your colleague says to me, like he's saying, there are 3 statements. In one statement, this witness says, I wasn't there, I was in KZN on the 26th of October, 2014. All we're arguing about is they went outside to go and smoke, and I came back. I don't know how it takes this matter further. So what I'm requesting is that counsel must cross-examine so that we know what the defense is. Okay,
Yes, it is the question.
because at the moment, I know what the version of the counsels are, no problem. But what we don't know now, as I'm listening, is that it was never put to this witness that there were no intruders in the house. You're correct to argue about and you mustn't get me wrong, you're correct to ask questions about the distinguishing features of the so-called 2 intruders who went there. No problem with it. But after you've done all that, no one of you says these two so-called unknown people ever enter the house. I know maybe by logic, if this witness cannot describe who went into the house, certain consequences follow, obviously. Okay.
Senzo kneeling between the sofa and the TV stand, and he was falling backwards. I could also see the first suspect fighting with my mother, and the suspect punched my mother on the stomach and stole the Samsung S4 cell phone with cell phone number 072-938-2498. The suspect then ran away. Paragraph 18. Kelly was screaming, saying Senzo is bleeding. Come help me. I then ran to look for help. I then saw Kaya, our neighbor. I also went to look for help at Ntabiseng's house. Paragraph 19. I came back to the yard. As I was coming, I then saw Mtoko, Kaya, Tumelo, and my mother carrying Senzo to the X6 BMW. I also helped them to put Senzo in the motor vehicle. Paragraph 20. We then drove to Botsalong Hospital, and Kelly was driving. On arrival at the hospital, I went to look for help, and the nurses helped us. Paragraph 21. After plus minus 10 minutes, they informed us that Senzo has passed away. Paragraph 22. We then went to my mother's house. I state further that paragraph 23. I know and understand the contents of this statement. I have no objection of taking the prescribed oath. I consider the prescribed oath as binding on my conscience.
Sorry, I was listening to you. You understand English? Hello? You don't need interpretation of your own statement, in other words. Everyone says it is cut. Thanks. Yeah, that is the statement.
But for our clients, my lord.
Oh, you understand interpret your clients. Okay, fine.
Yes, thank you.
That is what I'm saying. Okay, let us exhibit what?
P1.
P1. Okay, fine. You can continue with P2.
Memo,
Just to save time, let's read paragraph. It is.
Oh, okay, fine, no problem.
I'll proceed then reading the second statement, Exhibit P2, the statement which was made on the 6th of November 2014 at 1300 hours. The statement reads as follows. I, Zandile Khumalo, state oath in English. Paragraph 1. With ID number 910106 0595086 residing at number 13511 Kutwanong Street, Mzamo Section, Fosloras. My contact number is 07467666669. Paragraph 2. I would like to further state that on Sunday, 26/11/2014, whilst in the company of Senzo, my sister Kelly, my mother, Gladness, Senzo's friends, Tumelo and Mtogozis, and Kelly's two kids, Christian and Zingo, I received an SMS from Longwe informing me he was outside my house. Paragraph 3. I then went to change into warmer clothes as it was chilly outside. At that time, Kelly and Senzo wanted to go to buy soup, met Lomon at a tuck shop. Senzo even asked me, why do you change your clothes? Where are you going? I said to him, I was going to fetch Longwe outside. We then walked outside together, and Kelly went to the BMW X6 to fetch money, while myself and Senzo went to greet Longwe outside at his car. He was driving a red VW Polo hatchback. Paragraph 4. After the greeting, Senzo and Kelly went to the tuck shop, and I went inside the house together with Longwe. It was only the second time that Longwe entered my house, and I firstly asked permission from my mom to allow him to come and join us. Paragraph 5. When Kelly and Senzo came back from the shop, they found Thokozis and Tumelo outside. Tumelo was busy smoking. Longwe was in the sitting room, and I was in the kitchen with my mom. Paragraph 6. Kelly then came inside and said, Senzo is leaving. My mom said to Kelly she must tell Senzo to come inside and say goodbye properly. Then they all came inside and we started making jokes again. The kitchen door was closed, but the butler was not locked as they were about to leave. Paragraph 7. It was at about 2000 hours when I saw two black males open the kitchen door, following each other, and they came straight to the sitting room where we were all seated. Kelly was busy telling a joke, standing on the passage between the kitchen and the sitting room. Paragraph 8. The first guy who entered had a firearm in his hand. The second one closed the door behind him. When the first suspect came to us, he said, Kipani amafo the man. Give the cell phones and money. At that moment, Kelly was standing next to Senzo. Paragraph 9. After the first suspect had said that, Longwe jumped on to him and pushed him aside. At that moment, Kelly ran to the bedroom, and the second suspect followed him to the bedroom. Longwe ran out of the house. Paragraph 10. At that moment, Senzo was closer to the first suspect. The suspects all joined in assaulting him. It was myself, Senzo, and my mom who were busy with that suspect, while the second was busy fighting for the door with Kelly at the bedroom. Paragraph 11. I was standing next to Tumelo at that moment, and I grabbed his walking stick and hit the suspect on the head. Then Tumelo grabbed the stick from me, and as he was about to hit the suspect, I had a gunshot. It was then second shot. It hit the ground in the kitchen, and the splinters hit me on my right ankle. It just made a mark on my leg. Paragraph 12. I then ran to the bathroom and locked myself in, kneeled down behind the door. While in the bathroom, I had the third shot, but it was not as loud as the first two shots. I then opened the door to check what was happening. And when I peeped through, I saw Senzo kneeling between the couch and the stand. The first suspect was standing with his back to the bathroom, facing Senzo. Paragraph 13. I then saw him struggling for a cell phone with my mother. And after that, he went out. That is when I came out to go assist Senzo because I saw him falling backwards on his knees. Paragraph 9. I have no idea what makes Longwe to think the suspects are foreigners. They spoke proper Zulu, and I'm a Zulu woman. There were 3 gunshots fired. The first one, I was closer in the kitchen, and the 2 shots, I was hiding in the bathroom. Paragraph 10. The third shot did not make more noise, as louder as the first and the second shots. I saw the suspects on arrival and their positions in the house. I was also in confrontation with one suspect. who wanted to enter Kelly's room. Paragraph 11. I did not see when Senzo was shot, but when peeping from the bathroom door, I saw him walking past with both hands folded to the front into the lounge, and he knelt between the couch and the TV stand as if he was hiding, with Kelly following him. Paragraph 12. When I went out to look for help, I spoke to Mapiri, who is my mom's best friend. But she panicked and called Tabiseng, who was next to a car at the gate, talking to a friend. She came but could not assist, and I went back home. Paragraph 13. I was outside for help less than 10 minutes. I cannot be precise on how many times Longwe entered my house, but it was definitely not the first time. When the gunshot went off, it felt similar like firewood burn on my leg, which I did not know in English. Paragraph 14. When I saw Senzo through the bathroom door, as if he was hiding himself with my sister following, I remained in the bathroom. My sister was screaming that my sister was shot, and the gunman was also there, and I could only see his back. Paragraph 15. Kelly's phone was on the charger. My mother took it, and the robber with the firearm saw her. He assaulted my mother on the stomach and took the phone. Paragraph 16. My sister phoned Longwe's father simply because of the working relationship. I can't remember which phone did she use to phone Longwe's father. It was just to inform him without any expectation. He also knew the deceased. Paragraph 17. I don't know whether my sister made the SIM swap after the phone was stolen. When we came back from the hospital, we found Senzo's phone in the kitchen. My mom's cell phone was on the stove in the charger, but they didn't take it. Paragraph 18. Longwe had his cell phone in his possession all the time. There was visibility and the street lights were on with people out there. There is a dog next door which will bark if a stranger comes in, but never barked. Paragraph 19. When taking Senzo to the hospital, Longwe was nowhere to be found. I only saw him at the hospital as he came with my mother. Paragraph 20. Further on the radio interview, he was addressing Senzo as my goalkeeper, and he mentioned the fact that he was shot on the chest and yet he was not in the room. Even when he came to the hospital, he never saw Senzo. All I know is him and Senzo were good friends to an extent they will even exchange clothes. Paragraph 22. The previous night we were supposed to perform at Soweto and there was rain. The performance was cancelled. Myself, Precious, Mthokozisi, Kelly, and Senzo went to Kelly's house. I cannot recall where Longwe joined us, but he was at Kelly's house. He did not sleep there, but left myself, Kelly, Mthokozisi, Precious, and Senzo. Paragraph 23. After the shooting, when we came from the hospital, the whole family slept at Kelly's house for several days in Malbatin. Longwe slept for some days also, and his home is at Tenvista. The first night he slept at Malbatin. I would like to say that I was not part of the planning, if there was any, or the killing of Senzo, and I will not protect anyone who is in the wrong. Paragraph 24. I was surprised that my boyfriend will run away and leave me in the house without protecting me as a girlfriend. I did not ask him till today, paragraph 25. I know and understand the contents of this statement. I have no objection in taking the prescribed oath. I consider the prescribed oath to be binding on my conscience. It is signed by the witness on 28/02/10 at 2000 hours 16 minutes.
Okay. We'll start with the cross-examination again. You said there were 3 statements. Is that
Yes. Yes.
And then the fourth statement, meaning the witness's evidence under cross-examination,
Yes.
is the one you want to contrast to the statements.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. Ma'am, it is so that the last statement that you made was made on the 10th of February 2018.
Yes, that's true.
That would have been some 3 years, 3 months, and 1 week after you had made the first statement on the 27th of October 2014.
I didn't count, but I'll believe you.
Ma'am, is it correct that in your evidence in chief, that is the evidence that you tendered before this court, before I ask you questions, you told this court that when the first intruder who had a firearm pointed the firearm at you, I mean you and the others who were in the house, you froze.
Yes, that's correct.
You also told this court in your evidence in chief that you also froze at the stage when you had to dial the police number, the 10-111.
Yes, that's true.
You also told this court that at the time when you went to look for assistance, for help, to phone the police at your neighbor's house, that is Mapiri. Mapiri and Tabisang panicked. They cried and panicked. Do you confirm that?
Yes, that's true.
Ma'am, is it in any of your statements, that is P1, P2, P3, that when the robber, the first intruder who had a firearm, pointed you with a firearm, you panicked, sorry, you froze, sorry.
I didn't see it to be important.
Is it in any of the statement that I've read to you, exhibit P1, P2, and P3, that when you were to dial the police number, the 10-111 police number, you froze?
What I do remember is that I said it, or I mentioned it. I wasn't saying it for the first time here in court. As to what it is that the police officer writes or summarizes or writes down, that I have no knowledge of. Or whether which or what is it that he or she considers to be important, even there I do not have a say.
So njengoba ngila ikhoti ngivelela ukuzonabisa yonke into ngichaze exactly ukuthi kwenzakaleni kanjani khulumelana iqiniso.
And as I'm here, I am here to explain and to expatiate and to say exactly in detail as to what happened and to tell my truth.
Do you confirm, ma'am, that it is also not in your statement that when you went out to look for help at Mapiri's house with Ntabisang present, they cried and started to panic, hence you did not get assistance?
Nakhona lokho futhi ngizophinda ngakumenshina ngakusho wait for wait njengoba bengisho la ikhoti ukuthi iphase ibhale statement ibona ukuthi kubalekile noma cha lokho akukho mandlela.
Once again, I'm going to repeat it and say that I did mention it or I did say it. As to whether the police writes it or says whether it's important or not, that is not my control.
Yikho futhi ngize noma ngifika la ikhoti ngakuphinda ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi lapho ngangishilo.
Which is why I said it or I repeated it when I got to court, because I know that I mentioned it.
Ma'am, do you confirm that when you were giving the description of the intruders, the 2 intruders who entered the house, you did not fully describe the first intruder with regards to the contours that he had?
ukuthi ngamchaza to the best of my ability ngendlela futhi engimkhumbula ngayo.
Because what I do know is that I described him to the best of my ability and the manner in which I remembered or I could remember him.
Futhi ngangithanda ukuthi indlela engimchaza ngayo amaphoyisa azokwazi understand.
And with the trust, with the hope that the manner in which
with regard
October 2014. Get the paper.
Engikholwa yikona ukuthi mhlambe noma amaphoyisa
must account for additional statements, which is why you can see that there are 3 statements.
We also remember that in your evidence in chief, you told us that you could not be in a position to give the description of the firearm that was in possession of the first intruder.
Yes, I remember.
What you could say was that it was darkish. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Why do you say it was a firearm that was in the first intruder? Description of the firearm that was in possession of the first intruder.
As I've already said that I don't know firearms.
And
All I see was and what I saw on that day was that which was darkish.
At paragraph 12 of Exhibit P1, the following is said, I quote, the first suspect pulled the hammer of the firearm and said in Isizu, Tipani, Amafon, the man, which means bring the cell phone and mic, while he was holding the firearm at us.
So, no, let's get them assistance. When you refer to the hammer, which part is the hammer?
I intend getting it from...
No, I can't interpret it if I don't know it. So, which part is the hammer?
What I'm trying to get at is that I'm reading from the statement, so the question that is going forward revolves around what is contained here.
Why did you ask the witness? She said that. What did she mean by a hammer? Yes, she will be able to respond, I'm sure.
Okay, the line done again. So, you said paragraph 12. No?
Are we making progress?
Yes, well, in your statement, at paragraph 12, you said the first suspect pulled the hammer of the firearm. What did you mean by pulling of the hammer of the firearm?
Yes, it doesn't reflect those, but there were reasons as to why I requested the person to come closer. There are some features, the contours, his complexion, but it was not only the dreadlocks.
No. And the point I'm getting at, you said the person that you pointed out had dreadlocks, which necessitated me to go to the first one and point to that the person that you pointed out does not have dreadlocks. So we're not telling the truth when you told this court that the person that you pointed to that parade had red nose?
Kuqala e-update sekuyinyanga eyi-8 ama-details amanye ama-final details angabajikile ngapha esekuyi-8.
What you must recall or remember, Advocate, that it's been the 8 years. Some of the details or the minor details, according to me, they will slowly fade away.
But ngikwazi ukuthi naye lo ngambiza phambili khona kwakunezidingo.
And also what I do know is that the one that I called for the person to come closer, there was a reason as to why I requested or called the person.
But what is documented there, it does not go along the lines that you did point out somebody who was not the right person, but resembled the features of one of the intruders. Because that is not what is documented in that form. That form is documented in a manner to show or to fit a person who on the 2014-2026 at 2000 hours robbed you, shot and killed Senzo at 135.1. If I'm not mistaken, is our section, extension 11, us.
And okwesibili ngingabona ama-similarities ebusweni. So ngabona ukuthi noma ungathembi ngiyabona ama-similarities ukuthi besabhaleni angazi.
And what I'm saying, Advocate, is that I've never done an identity before, and I saw similarities, and I decided not to keep quiet and to call the person and say that as to what it is that the police officer wrote out, I don't know.
The results of the identification parade, that is your pointing out of number 2, that was stage C, were positive. You know what happened to this person, that is stage C. You know what happened to this person, stage C. Although the form, the identification parade was positive.
How would I know? Because I don't even know him.
You confirm that that stage C, that is the person that you pointed out, carrying number 2 is not among the accused person before court.
Okokuqala angizange ngisho ukuthi ngithe nama-facial features asimila.
Firstly, I never said that it was him. I said that he had similar facial features.
Ngoba futhi ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngathi noma sengiphuma ngiyibuza ngiyiphendula ngithi akusuye kangasho.
Because even on my way out, as I was asking myself questions and also responding or answering myself, I said, no, it's not him. I was certain.
And then kuba yibona ukuthi amaphoyisa abophela ababuphile ngoba kukhona ubufakazi.
And what I know, what I believe is that the police arrested the people that they arrested because there is evidence.
Angeke bamane babasukele.
Even if they afford, they would never just go after them or run after them.
Never must ask you to stop giving this court long winded question. Just to the question that I'm asking. I've asked you a simple question. That stage C is not amongst the accused person before court. Yes, no.
May I say something? Please, what you told me when you speak to me, I'm not your wife, I'm someone's wife. Así soy predicador. Yeah, let's go. That's why I say let's keep it.
You don't think I've been intimidated?
You are also yet we don't think I feel intimidated.
No, we are here to assist the court.
I'm here to assist the court. You are here to block what we are doing. Someone to come say, that's what you're doing.
Please.
It's just, you're trying to make all of that.
Yes, please. Yes, it's
we are moving to the witness present. This is an
Yes, let's see.
Number 2, it's not amongst the accused.
Yes.
That's the second.
And I must put it to you then that you have this tendency of pointing out the wrongness within it.
okunye ukuthi angikusho-ke ukuthi bekunale tendency nje ukuthi kukhombe nje noma kanjani-ke abantu abahoma
Ngithanda engangaze ngikusakhayithi kuze ukuthi khona ukuthi engibonayo ukhona.
I'm not mad to say I've never went to a psychiatrist and when the psychiatrist told me that there was something wrong with my mind or with my eyes, that which I see is red.
Among the person on the identification palette, there was a person by the name of Lamamba. Let us go to photo 5, 6, 7 of the identification palette. Sorry, of the identification palette. This is the photos of the identification palette. You know that person?
Ngingazi kodwa ngangingezwa ukuthi uhlala khona esibhedlela.
I don't know him, but I heard that he's saying he's trying to you.
That person is always told that to the effect that you know him.
The one in the picture.
Yes.
Saka umuntu lona kunestatement awasenza athi kusona uyamazi.
Njengoba wazi-ke ukuthi umndeni wami is very popular. Mhlawumbe yena wazi mina ngimazi.
As you would know that my family is very popular. Maybe he knows me, I don't know him.
According to this person, as I alluded to the fact that he had made a statement, the statement reads as follows. I was working at Mr. Mpanza car wash at the pharmaceutical. Zandile Khumalo and Senzo Meyiwa used to drop their cars there at the car wash. They would leave the cars and I would wash them.
Okokuqala ngaleso sikhathi ngingenamoto, so yona imoto engangiyise ekawasha.
Firstly, at the time I didn't have a car, so which car is it that I would take to the car wash?
And futhi mangisekawasha angize ibhuku lamadoda.
And when I'm in the car wash, I am not there to look at men.
His statement further goes on to say the following. Kelly Khumalo, Zandile Khumalo, you I did not kill Senzo. But I did not come to tell the police about how I have been washing their cars.
Sorry, is that one of the witnesses, Mr. Report?
He's on the witness list, but they don't want to call him.
So, yes, what do you do about that witness? You're going to call him, the state says
Yes.
you're going to call him.
Yes.
What is your response?
Please, you will be.
How can they put on
May you repeat the question?
Kelly Khumalo, Zandile Khumalo knew I did not kill Senzo, but they did not come to tell the police about how I have been washing their cars.
okokuqala ngibambise ukuthi ngangingenamoto ngaleso sikhathi. Okwesibili, lo ukuthi lo angikaze ngokubona ngamehlo.
As I already said that I didn't have a car at the time. And secondly, this gentleman here, I don't know him by seeing him in my eyes.
So ukuthi angazi nokuthi ubani.
And I also don't even know as to who appointed him or chose him as the ID parade.
The statement further went on to say the following, and I quote, "What I will not forget is that when police were talking amongst themselves, they were saying Kelly Khumalo's brother was the one who pointed me in the identification parade. Firstly, the Khumalo's family, Kelly Khumalo, Zandile Khumalo, Senzo Meyiwa, and Kelly's mother were well known to me, and they knew me very well.
That's what you said, that it happens that a person would assume or think that you know him or her, yet you don't.
For your information, your mother was the fourth witness. This is Nxumalo. He pointed out Zamamba.
I'm also hearing it for the first time from you.
The charges, for your information, were withdrawn by the state against Zamamba because of insufficiency of evidence. That is why he's not amongst the accused person before court.
Excuse me, sir. Was he arrested?
He was arrested. He was arrested.
He appeared in court.
Yes, he appeared in court.
Yes, there was the answer.
So kwenzakalini ngaye kwenzakalini after nakhona angazi ngihambela.
Firstly, the matter that you're referring to was not pointed out by me. And as to what it is that happened or subsequently happened, I don't know how that is not my concern.
For your information, there was another. I know that we're not part of the identification parade, but I just want to highlight that there was another identification parade which was conducted on the 20th of January 2017 at Itamarisland, New Prison. The only witness who attended that identification parade was Nxumalo.
I didn't know about that. I'm hearing it from you.
Nxumalo, for your information, pointed out Ayanda Madonna. It is common for us then, therefore, that Ayanda Madonna was not among the accused.
Once again, this is what happened to you. Mr. trial will come and explain the circumstances and which he pointed out this person.
Confusing now. When it was close to the witnesses, I'm not saying you are wrong to do that. Remember putting it to where they say the persons who appears Senzo Meyiwa was amongst you persons in that house. Are we having other persons also? When it was proved definitively that the person who appears deceased as amongst you the seven inside.
I'm already on this.
Okay, I'm just saying. The scope now is okay.
I'm ready on this. So, it would mean that three persons were pointed out in different identification parades. Two were pointed out on the 29th of October 2014 and one on the 20th of January 2017. It means then therefore there are three suspects who attended the parade.
I'm going to speak on behalf of the one that was pointed out by myself, and as you've already heard, as to under which circumstances did I point the person out.
So ngiyaphinda futhi ngithi ngamkhetha simply because of ama-features ayebona shouldn't be.
And I repeat it, that I pointed out the person, I chose the person simply because of the features, but I was not saying that it's him.
Then I will put it to you that, as I indicated or put in the area, that for you and other witnesses, this is your mother and Joseph father. And this tendency of pointing out an innocent person willingly in order to avoid a suggestion, which I'm going to make to you, that the deceased was killed by a person who was in the house, and there was no robbery, and we did not stop the result.
Advocate, to be 50 times ukuthi zamagwele ukuthi like so. Kodwa engusho ukuthi kwangena abantu badlula Senzo. Change it.
Advocate, you have put to me 50 times until foams come out of your mouth. I think that makes you sleep at night. What I'm saying is that people, they were intruders and they shot Senzo. I'm not changing on that.
Now, I must specify that I don't take the time to come back. You must not be
You have to know you will take class in yourself.
really pressure. I don't take the time. I'm trying my best to represent my client, to assist the court. But when you step out like that, I don't take the time.
Hata operator maybe the responder will operator no paramisi to manage no witness no decide kuhlonipha njenge witness nami ngizomenzela.
I am taking that which you are putting to me as responding to the manner in which you are responding, which you speak to me. If you raise your voice or your tone, I'm also going to raise mine. If you lower it, I'm going to respond, I'm going to lower it. If you respect that your witness, I'm also going to do the same.
So ukiwa nani advocate ukuthi decide kama nani inamzola katika
It's up to you which route you decide to take. I'm just going to follow.
Yes, it's a number
Yes, sir. The important thing due to the statement of the system, the paragraphs that are of relevance for purposes of my cross-examination are 8 and 9. Okay. What am I doing?
You already intimated to the defense that at this stage there's no intention.
So I'm going to help Mr. Khumalo, please.
The first thing to point
Because the state has indicated to the president they are not calling dead. I'm putting a statement to this witness for that reaction.
Eight of the statement is as follows. The one suspect in the crime was threatening the people in the living room, and the tall-skinned one left the bedroom and went to the living room where his friend was. I then remember that my child was in the other bedroom, and I opened the door to go and see what was happening. I then saw my mom struggling with the tall-skinned guy, and Senzo and Gunshot were busy struggling with the gunman. I then tried to help my mother to push the tall guy. I did not know or see what was happening behind me. I only heard gunshots.
Gaya mali soso yokuthi ngibekele ukushaya lona umuntu ngangaboni mangangazi ukuthi kwenzekani emuva kwami nase ngizwa ngokuqhuma kwesibhamu.
I jumped backwards. So that is part of the plan. I jumped backwards and my sister said something hit her leg and she thought she was shot. I then saw Senzo running backwards. To me, trying to grab him. I grabbed him, but I could see that he was weak. He fell into my arms.
There's no way where the statement of the deceased was found backwards.
I don't understand the question. Because I was reading.
There's no way in that statement where Mr. Khumalo says the deceased was running backwards. That's how I'm saying that.
I then saw Senzo running towards me, trying to grab him. I grabbed him, but I could see that he was weak. He fell into my arms, and I saw a spot of blood on his head, and I turned him over. I saw a lot of blood on his chest. his chest. He fell over on the couch and I held him while screaming for help. At that time, the gunman was still in the house and my son was standing next to him. And you confirm that in all this conference, the firing of Gunshot took place in the kitchen.
Yes, that's right.
You also confirm that you told this court in your evidence in chief that you saw the deceased moving from the kitchen to the dining room.
That's right.
In his car, this way was moving from the kitchen to the dining room. Did you see any drops of that?
No, sorry. No, I didn't see anything. When I saw it's where he was kneeling.
Was that in between the two standing in the car?
That's correct, yes.
But the fact that according to this statement by your sister Kelly, it suggests that the strike ensued in the dining room.
That's no position to answer. Kelly is still alive. If there are things that you see that are not according, then you have evidence to call him to come and answer for yourself.
You also confirm that according to this statement, the statement of Kelly, when the gunman fired a shot, that shot was fired in the dining room and the deceased subsequently fell over the house.
Disagree with that, that's not true.
Can counsel point to the place where Ms. Khumalo was saying that the sergeant was in the land?
Actually, there's no way for you to see Ms. Khumalo and the struggle.
That's slide 1 to 4. What did it say? Slide 1?
Yeah, what did it say?
It says the bottom. The one suspect with the gun was threatening the people in the living room. And the tall, skinny one left the bedroom and went to the living room where his friend was. I then remember that my child was in the other bedroom and I opened the door to go and see what was happening. I then saw my mom, starting with the tall skin and Senzo Meyiwa were busy struggling with the gunman. I then tried to help my mother push the shoulder. I did not know or see what was happening behind me. I only heard gunshots.
Where the struggle was in the dining room. That's objection. You say that is not controversy. Why you are flexible? That's suggested.
With due respect, the first part of that
Well,
question.
read ladies and gentlemen, please. Read it. This objection is that it's not there. But it's Baloyi. I don't understand it. Yes, listen.
I've read it. I read it again.
Yeah, read it for Mr. Baloyi because he's objecting.
I read it. Paragraph 8 of the statement. The one suspect with the gun was threatening the people in the living room, and the tall skinny one left the bedroom and went to the living room where his friend was. I then remember that my child was in the other bedroom, and I opened the door to go and see what was happening. I then saw my mom struggling with the tall skinny guy, and Senzo and Khumalo were busy struggling with the gunman. I then tried to help my mother to push the tall guy. I did not know or see what was happening behind me. I only heard gunshots.
it's an inference that no way in statement that state what he was this witness to
Yeah, right, that's how I understand the statement. There's no citation that the struggle was in the dining room. Just he says, he said we are referring the facts.
I did it correctly.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
There are a few aspects that I wish to discuss.
Senzo Meyiwa,
I get the two of I reckon I'm the two
What I want to get from you, my friend, is that the two intruders did not say to you, you must lie down and must go.
no, they never said.
So, when the first intruder said to you that you must take out the cell phone and run, did you surrender to the demand?
No, we didn't.
Why not?
Why do you give your belongings to someone?
Then this is said during the course of the robbery, right? The demands are made with firearm. The first intruder, according to you, pointed to you, that is the person you were in the house, with the firearm. The money and sensor.
wathi njalo ingqondo yathi umalamane ngoba ayikhoshini kwakungakarejistiya ukuthi izinto serious.
As I've already said, that when he said that the mind froze for a while because to me it hadn't registered at the time as well. Was he serious?
Were you also shocked?
I just said so, yes.
During that state of being shocked, and as you say, you froze, you were in a position to be in a position to identify an intruder in the state of being shocked.
I think that you heard me when I conveyed it or I read it that when the door opened, I then peeked through. It was not during that peeking through that I was able to see. And secondly, when I tried to hit him or tried to assault him, that's where I looked at him or saw him as well.
You had not said that until I asked you now, that you were also in a position to see or identify you, that is the second intruder, at the time when he entered.
thank you during my examination by Mr. K.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I said we must follow the statements, the three statements. If you read them, you'll find it. He said it before she gave evidence in this court. She said it in the statements. First one was annotated on the 27th of October 2014. And the second one, 2 or 3 days later. Then there's an additional statement that she gave to the witness.
Is it also correct that there was pushing and shoving inside the house? Pushing and shoving.
Yes, that's true.
There was also pandemonium. Shouts.
If I remember well, I think there was, yes.
According to the report, can you remember when the court time to be precise, the intruders leave the last number, leaving the house?
No, I didn't look at the time.
For how long would you say the two intruders remained inside the house from the time when they entered up to the time when you ask intruder, the first intruder. Yes.
As I've already said that I didn't look at the time, so I'm unable to tell.
Then finally, it's important that you have not said anything about your client or his involvement. It is happening
What I do know is that there were two intruders in the house. One of them I already pointed out, and I did say previously that there is this one that I have suspicions about, but I won't be able to point that person out because it's quite a number of years has elapsed, and then people change, people gain weight. Some of them have even cut the dreadlocks. So if you were to ask me about that one, I will point him out and what follows. Okay, what I do know is that by their presence here, they are in some way or the other they've got some involvement in one way or the other, but that is not for me. It is I leave that to the police.
Thank you.